Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna give you my ranking of the Zootopia Plus episodes from worst to best. While at the same time, I'm gonna give you my spoiler thoughts about it, going through each episode, plot details, and everything. So, spoiler warning for Zootopia Plus. But yeah, that's gonna be this video. Just give you my ranking while giving you my thoughts on it. So yeah, hope you enjoy this kind of spoiler discussion, spoiler review while giving you ranking. And yeah, let's get started. Now, for context, I have seen them twice, all the episodes twice, just to kind of have a really nice idea of how to rank them. So yeah, let's get started. So at 6th place, we're gonna start with episode 5, titled "So You Think You Can Prance." And this episode I thought was a fun episode. I didn't think it was like, oh, this is super incredible or awesome. I just thought it was a really fun episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. I like Clawhauser, and I like his boss, Chief Bozo. I think something like Chief something. I like that, and I like how they're like trying to get to Shakira's concert, Grizel's concert, but Shakira basically, to be her backup dancers or whatever. And I like the kind of like fun that it has with it. Plus, I like the way that the Zootopia Plus itself is like each episode trying to have a different genre of TV, and I really like how this one's supposed to be like one of those dancing TV shows. I really like that. I thought it made it really fun. I was like, really nice thing. I think it made the episode feel very unique and everything. However, it's the least captivating one. It's the least that I had fun with an episode compared to all the episodes. And it just kind of fell flat for me at the end. Whenever we found out that it was a dream, I was like, whatever. It was fine. I mean, if you found out it's a dream, you realize, man, this was all for nothing, to be honest. And it kind of sucked. I mean, it makes sense that it was a dream because how else would it have worked? But it's still, I was like, it just kind of, the whole episode kind of just got flat by the fact that it was a dream. So that's what I thought about it. That's why it's at my last place. However, still for an episode, just not the best. Alright, we're on to the 5th place, and that is going to be episode 3, Duke the Musical. And Duke the Musical was another really interesting episode because it kind of explored the musical side of TV and movies in general. I thought it was really fun because I wasn't expecting the musical, but of course I thought it kind of hinted, but just wasn't expecting it. And I think it worked pretty well. I really like that they chose the character of Duke to make the musical, and I like the concept of the song, how he's trying to be straightened out and be better, and how that's supposed to make him rich. And then at the end of the episode, he kind of gets rich because he's straightened out, even though he just robbed a bag of money. But it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it, and I like how they set it up from the Zootopia movie, because Judy kind of embarrassed him by trapping him with a donut. I thought that was really interesting. I was like, that's a really interesting thing to do. I could not believe that they did that. I was like, that's pretty cool, actually. I thought that was pretty awesome. However, the thing that kind of makes this episode go lower in my list is the fact that the song was just not that good. I just thought the song was okay. It was very mediocre, to be honest. Everything else about it was good. Like, the jokes that came with the song were good. The character was pretty good. The animation looked amazing. Everything was pretty good, but the song itself was just kind of and the song is basically the whole point of this musical, so the fact that the song was kind of didn't enhance my enjoyment of the episode. So I thought it was a good episode. It's just that the song being meh kind of really put it down the list. However, still pretty fun episode, and I would totally understand if this episode is higher for you in the list, especially if you love musicals. I would definitely concede that. Alright, I'm going to my 4th spot, and that's going to be episode 1, Hop on Board. And this episode was pretty fun. I thought it was pretty interesting. This is the episode where Judy's parents had to chase the train to Zootopia because the baby's on the train. And I thought that was a pretty interesting concept. At the start of it, I was like, this is really lame, and these characters are really dumb. But as the episode went along, and it's like 10-minute long episodes, as the episode went along, I was like, wow, this is actually really interesting. I really enjoyed it a lot. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. You have like them going through his action things, which that was pretty awesome. And they're really stupid, so the fact they can survive all this is really interesting. And then they're being cute with each other at the same time, but like cringe cute, but it's pretty cool as well. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty fun. I just thought it was a really fun episode. The whole time I was just having a lot of fun with it. I never thought that they were gonna catch the baby or nothing, but I thought that the way that they kind of gave us some thriller scenes, I thought was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, this is pretty fun too. Some of the jokes really, really landed, so I was like, this is really good. So in general, I thought the episode was just good. I didn't think anything was like super great about it, but I didn't think anything was kind of bad about it that kind of downgraded my thoughts about it, which is why it's at my 4th place. I thought it was just a really nice, fun episode to start off the series. Alright, moving on to my 3rd choice, and that's going to be episode 2, The Real Rodents of Little Rodentia. And this episode was really fun and really interesting because, it's a parody of obviously those type of shows where like they had like this whole drama thing and everything. And I thought it was really interesting. I really, really loved it. I think it's like a parody of Housewives specifically, or more targeted to Housewives. But in general, I thought this episode was really interesting with the Real Rodents of Rodentia and their like drama feud and everything. I personally like those type of shows. I think they're really kind of lame and they feel really fake. However, I thought this being a parody of it really portrayed a lot of it, and I thought it was really really funny. You know, the exaggerated emotions, the exaggerated drama, the friends that are always having different opinions about a certain character, the newly guest character. I like all of that. I thought it was interesting that at the interviews with each character as things go on, all that type of stuff was really fun to just see in the Zootopia world. And you know, the way that they kind of like end up making out, like Fufu, right? Something like that. And then her cousin, I thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. That makes sense, you know, all because she got saved from getting squished by a donut, you know what I mean? All that, I thought was pretty cool. I was like, wow, it really gives her perspective of things and whatever. And then the cliffhanger ending for that episode also made it super awesome. You know, she said she got some night howlers for the flowers, and then, you know, they kind of start going crazy in the episode, which I really wish we saw that episode. That looks like a really good episode, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that sounds like really fun. I was like, well, that's really awesome. That's pretty cool. So I really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was really funny. Of course, this not being my favorite type of genre and shows, kind of like still kind of felt a little weird because, you know, all this drama stuff and everything still doesn't like fully exhilarate me or excite me. But just because it wasn't pretty, it made it a lot more exciting. So yeah, that's really interesting. All right, we're on to my second spot, and that's going to be episode 6, Dinner Rush. And Dinner Rush was such an amazing episode. I actually really enjoyed this one a lot. And this one's the one with the Flash and his girlfriend, I guess, go to a dinner. And there's the waiter or waitress, Sam, I think that's her name, Sam, and she was trying to get out of there as soon as possible because she's going to the Gazelle concert or Shakira concert, same thing, and she has it like in like 50 minutes, something like that. It's like really short time, and then these two people arrive, and it's like, oh, you're ruining all her plans, you know what I mean? But in general, I thought it was really interesting because you know she's like trying her best to serve him, but they're all being super slow, and they have some really nice creativity with this because I think that the way that they showed how the slowness can like add certain things and how you can't guess what they're saying. Like they really play with that you can't guess what they're saying, which I kind of started becoming annoying until the end. Whenever you realize that they were kind of setting up the seeds so that whenever he proposed, you wouldn't have thought about it, you know. But it's really cool because you know, whenever Flash proposed and then the girl's like no, and then everybody's like no, and then she's like wait. And all that type of stuff, I was like, that's really cool. That's really funny. I definitely cracked up. I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. And I thought it was really interesting. So I was like, yep, that's pretty cool. Besides that, I love like the directing in this episode. You know, the framing for the character of Sam was really interesting. Like, you know, it was always on the face of her. It was like super tied up in her to kind of show her frustration. It was always diagonal and everything. And I just felt like the directing in this episode really came together to really show Sam's frustration and how much she was rushing. And you really felt her pain. You're like, oh my god, this girl has to leave and everything. I thought it was really awesome. And the ending of the episode, you know, whenever they like, whenever the Flash is speeding, and then Nick catches him, and he's like, Flash, 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 and then you know the rest. I thought it was really funny. You know how it connects back to Zootopia and everything. Really interesting stuff. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I really like this episode. That's why it's my number 2 spot. All right, going on to the first spot, and this one to be episode 4, The Godfather of the Bride. And this episode was another super fun episode. Obviously parodying the classic Godfather movie, and it was super awesome. I really like this kind of parody of it. It was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. And for this episode, we get the backstory of Mr. Big. You know, they're at the wedding of his daughter, and then you know he makes a toast, and he's like a toast to family and friends and whatever. And it's like, you know, it wasn't always like this, and then he kind of goes over his backstory. We get the flashback, and first of all, I love the directing style of the way it looks, animation looks like right here, like that kind of color palette looks awesome for the flashbacks. I was like, that looks really awesome, really cool. Another thing, Mr. Big's voice acting is like insane. Like I really love that voice acting. I was like, it fits so well with the story. I really enjoyed it. And then just the story itself. You know, he's like really small. They're trying to build a business, whatnot. And then he starts building up like some friendship with the polar bears. And then you know these other people start bullying the Mr. Big and the family business. So they fight back as a city. And then they created Rodentia. They're the founders of Rodentia, which is really interesting. That's really cool. And that explains why they're rich, and also explains why the polar bears are like now part of the Rodentia as well, and why they're such a big part of this family and everything. I thought that was all super awesome. I thought it was super nicely, well elaborate. The animation looks stunning once again. And I really like the story of how the whole town came together and came to be Rodentia. I thought that was just something really awesome, something really wonderful, and I really like just giving us a backstory with Mr. Big and the polar bears. I mean, it's something so small that you wouldn't even care about in Zootopia, but just having that backstory kind of enhances all those scenes, and you're just like, oh, there's truly like family. And then Mr. Big's speech at the end was really nice. I really enjoyed it. You know, he's like, it's always up to your friends and family, and you had to choose wisely and whatnot. I thought it was really, really interesting. And then whenever he tells the guy that married his daughter that if he ever does anything, he's gonna ice him. That's pretty cool. Well, and that brings me to the origin of the icing. I thought that was pretty funny as well. I was like, ice him. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really, really awesome. I love Mr. Big as a character, and I really hope we see him in a sequel or something, because he's so awesome, and the backstory definitely made him even cooler. So yeah, that's my ranking for Zootopia Plus episodes. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. How would you rank the episodes according to you? What was your favorite one? What was your least favorite one? I am very curious to know that down in the comments. As well as please leave a like and enjoy this video. It'll be very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for a lot more content, including more animation coverage, just movie coverage in general, reviews, trailer reactions, show coverage, any type of stuff like that. Make sure to subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is your entertainment out.